Coming up tonight in this midweek edition of Fournilwrittenalloverit. I get in the way of the condiments.
We're in the way of the condiments, mate. Let's move over here a bit.
In the way of everything.
Andrew orders a steak and cheese Subway. And Ollie drinks from a cup. Good evening, Andrew.
Yeah, good evening, Tom. What a lovely evening it is too.
It's lovely, mate. It's gone a bit dark, viewers. We've got some lights on in the studio. Welcome back to Fournilwrittenalloverit, everyone. Tonight we play Lincoln City at home, and it's a Tuesday night, and a very warm welcome to Ollie in the back. Hello, mate.
Thanks for having me back, Tom.
No worries at all.
Here,
yeah, we're excited to have you. Just a point to put to you before we get started. Obviously, it's hard to not notice the chants at AFC Wimbledon last weekend from the Pompey fans behind Kenny Jackett. So we came out and said it was quite hurtful, mate. Obviously, it would be if you were in charge. But what are your thoughts on that and what's happened? I mentioned that Pompey have won 3 games in the last 16, dating back to the 1-1 draw at Sunderland, which you can see down in the description down below our take on that game at the Stadium of Light. Since then, 16 games we've played. We've only taken all 3 points on 3 of those occasions. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think it's shocking points total, Tom, isn't it? Let's face it. We need. The problem is, Tom, like everyone, we're Pompey fans, aren't we, through and through, and we're going to keep following the team. Unfortunately, the people that sit around us are all saying the same thing. It's boring, Tom, and I think team selection and the team lineup and the structure of the whole thing, there's something wrong, isn't there? Because we should be near the top at least. Like last year, this time we're top of the league, weren't we? And I think it's a bit sad that we are talking like we're talking, but the reality is we are where we are. And I'm not overexcited about watching the games these days, because I'm not. We don't go to so many aways these days because we feel that we haven't got a chance to win the game. We don't feel like we're going to go there and win, so therefore you don't feel like you want to go and do it, do you? Spend the money and go and do it. So we're like most Pompey fans at the minute. We're all a little bit disillusioned, I think, and there's a lot that are saying the same thing, sadly.
Ollie, it was only a couple of months ago that we won the Checkatrade Trophy back on the 31st of March on Mother's Day, and I'm sure you remember the elation that we all experienced then. How has it been such a climb down, and what do we do to rectify it?
Well, there's a couple of things that really come to mind with it, Tom, for me. I think I do quite like some of the things that Kenny Jackett has done. I like some of the players he's brought in. You know, I think Marcus is a great player. Harness is a great player. Harrison's a great player. Williams has played well since he's come into the team.
Should give them more than 10 minutes then on the pitch.
Yeah, well, this is the point I'm going to come to. I don't think he plays them in the right formation. He's very stuck in his ways with the way he likes to play. His midfield and defence don't really change each week, which is good because you want to have consistency in your team. We have had Watmore out injured, who's a key part of our defence as well, which hasn't helped us in any way, shape or form. So there has been a number of things that have gone against Kenny in that respect, in terms of injuries and changes that we've had to make, been forced to make as opposed to chosen to make. But I also think he hasn't made the right changes himself to the team to promote us winning games still.
You know, I think most managers, whether the Premier League, Championship, League One, whatever they might be, they would always select and play the best 11, I think, at any opportunity, including people like Jurgen Klopp, right? Everyone says that. You hear the pundits on, you like Graham Souness or whatever, they always say you play your best 11, which you should do. And I don't think Kenny plays his best 11. I certainly didn't last weekend when we saw them against Gillingham, when the 4 of the best players we've got are sitting on the bench, or actually 3 and 1 not even in the team sheet, and then it gives them 10 minutes at the end, and then the formation's wrong. You got 1 striker up front on his own. Last weekend, funny enough, he played 2, didn't he? But it was only the last 10 minutes when he played the best players we've got all together that it seemed to have some action, seemed to see what was going on. We had some sort of structure, and it looked like they knew what they were doing. Half because they've only been playing together for 10 minutes. People aren't worried about coming to Fratton Park that they should be. They're not bothered about coming because they think they can get a result, and that's a bigger problem for us, because we used to say that our players can't play at home. It's not that, it's our opposing teams that come to Fratton Park aren't worried about it anymore. We're not the big club everyone used to try and nail. There's bigger clubs in this league now than us, and we're not the big fish anymore.
Well,
so people aren't scared of it, are they?
There's our thoughts pre-match. Thank you very much for the time being, guys. We'll check back in with the audience over the next couple of hours of our Pompey journey this evening, but we look forward to seeing you at Fratton Park.
What we do need, Tom,
is
some desire and some passion and we need a leader on the side of the pitch, and we need a leader on the pitch.
We also need some music.
Just look at the opposing managers and opposing assistant managers at any game this season. You'll see they're at it, and our people aren't, and it needs rectifying. We need a leader on the pitch as well. Somebody organising, talking. That's what needs to happen.
Everybody is
Mine comes fast as lightning. Although the future is a little bit frightening.
Sorry, we're in the way of the condiments, mate. Let's move over here a bit.
In the way of everything. Need a win. No choice really, is there? Let's be honest. It's either that or the jacket out chance start coming. I don't want to join in on them myself, but they will come. They will come.
And what's the alternative to Kenny Jackett?
What's the alternative? I mean, personally, I don't know, but I think there needs to be an alternative. We need to be thinking about it, certainly. For now, maybe it's all right. They're happy with cruising, but not personally.
We spoke about how we won a trophy back in March, and now all of a sudden, only a couple of months later, we're in this state as a football club. It's just
battling in the 18th position of the league.
Exactly.
Complete contrast to it. I mean, what do you do? But see what happens tonight. Go from there.
So, unbelievable scene. We're wrapped up nice and warm tonight. Unbelievable scenes in Subway. There was a couple that were unhappy with the execution of their bacon and ranch sub.
My word.
Because they put happening. Kenny Jackett, watch out.
They put some garlic sauce on it instead of the ranch sauce, which they said they've tasted before, and there's a supreme difference apparently.
There is a difference. Apparently.
But we just spoke to Corey there. He talked a lot of sense outside the burger van. He said that there isn't really any other option. They mentioned the fact that the players have got to start playing. I saw something on some social media sites this week that what more can Kenny Jackett do if his team aren't taking those chances on the pitch? He can merely stand there and watch on, can't he? And I think that's quite a fair comment to make, really.
Yeah, well, he's not telling them to miss the goal. They're in positions where, like I said, against Wimbledon, we created 22 chances.
we hit the bar a couple of times. There's one-on-one with Ben Close poked one to the side, didn't he?
You could argue that's a bit unlucky in that situation, and arguably we should have come away from Wimbledon with 3 points, and we'd probably be looking at this game very differently now.
You were in Wimbledon on Saturday. What did you make of it?
It was the best day out I've ever had, Tom. I don't know. Yeah, no, it's better than the FA Cup final, better than AC Milan here. Yeah, it was the best day out I've ever had.
Tops, checker trade trophy, all that.
Everything, mate, everything. Right. Yeah, that second half was just, you couldn't make it up. It was perfect, like the whole day. It was made the whole day. Can you tell my sarcasm, Tom?
I can, mate. In all seriousness, what needs to change at Portsmouth Football Club right now?
I don't think I'm alone, but I think a lot of fans here tonight would, they wouldn't want us to scrape a 1-0 win, because then we know that, Jackett's still going to be in the job. For me personally, I want to see a convincing performance, a 3-0 win, but I can't see where it's coming from. I physically can't see where we're going to win 3-0 from. So for me, I'd either want us to, win convincingly, or a lot of fans saying we don't want to win tonight because we want him out of a job, because we need to change quickly. There's still time, we've got games in hand. A change is needed quickly to get this team performing, because this team's got a lot of quality in it, and it's clear to see. First half on Saturday we were decent for times and periods. The second half just showed everything that's been bad about this team at the start of the season. So it'll be interesting to see what happens tonight.
Right, half time here at Fratton Park, mate. What did you make of that? It's 1-0, by the way. We're 1-0 up.
I'm not happy, if I'm honest with you. I think we didn't perform particularly well today so far. We're not closing the ball enough. We look empty in the midfield. We're missing an attack in mid. Closey standing off everyone, not really getting into him, not really defending. I think Naylor's having a very good game. I think Williams has left his man a few times, which has let them in. They've had a couple of free headers on goal, which they could have done better with. They've had a really good couple of opportunities. I think we got lucky to score a goal. It was a bit scrappy, that goal. In all honesty, mate, it's not a very positive performance. I think if we're playing like that and we win this game today, it's going to be quite disappointing, because I think Lincoln actually deserves to win this at the minute. And I think at this point, I would say Jackett out.
We're doing all right. We're playing nice football when we want to. In the final third, it's not there.
it's like a square. You've got one over there, no one's making the runs, diagonal runs, nothing. Williams is meant to be a winger, he's playing in the centre, so when we have got the ball and there's space on this side where he should be, he's not there, but he's playing alright. We're playing alright, I just don't think the position, everyone's sort of out of position, they're trying to go to the ball rather than, because it's not coming to them, so they're all swarming to the ball to try and get it, and it's not happening, but we're playing alright.
I don't think we're doing too bad. I think we could get it out wider a bit more, but after 20 minutes it was starting to get a little bit negative and the crowd was starting to get on their back, and now we've got a goal, albeit quite a lucky goal. We've got a goal. Could they be doing better? Yes. Are we 18th in the league? Do we need the points? Would I take 1-0 at half time and then build from that? Probably, yeah. So we'll go from there. At the end of the day, the table doesn't lie. You're 18th for a reason. So you've not. I heard what you were saying to Dan about coming. We should be blowing them away. But we shouldn't really, because we played it 11 games. We're 18th in the league, so you've just got to get points on the board, haven't you? Really, that's one thing. And I think we're doing all right.
The final score on Fratton Park, it's Pompey 1, Lincoln 0.
Well, there we go, as we emerge onto the streets of Fratton Park. You just heard there, it did finish. Pompey 1, Lincoln City 0. I thought we got extremely lucky there, mate, if I'm honest, and on a number of occasions today we were not good.
No, mate, it was a very below par performance. We got very lucky, the goal was scrappy. In all honesty, mate, the way we played it, we didn't deserve to win that. Lincoln didn't come out and give us much of a game. I mean, they started off poorly against us in the first half, but they created a few good opportunities in the first half. Really, they had the better of the scoring chances. Second half, we just kind of saw the game out. That's all it was. There was nothing exciting about it. There was no real change, no real drive. The players don't look like, I mean, Close, for example, didn't look like he was wearing.
Sorry everyone, I caught you in the tree there. We don't have very much confidence, do we?
Nothing, and that's the problem. There's no positive change, positive moves. We've got a good bench of players to make changes. I mean, Evans wasn't playing a defensive role. Why not take him off and put Harrison on? You know, why not take Evans off and put Curtis on and play Curtis in attacking mid? Because
if you can hear that whistling in the background, that's Andrew.
You've got the likes of those boys on the bench, mate, that can come on and create a difference. Harrison and Curtis. Curtis came on and looked good, but you took Harness off for him, which I don't think was a necessary change. If I was Kenny Jackett right now, I would really look at the team I'm playing and stop playing them because they're the name that plays every week. I would look at the positions we've got players playing in. I think we've got two defensive midfield players that we don't need.
Just annoyed that man then.
We've got an attacking midfielder that should be playing in that position instead of one of the defensive mids, and we just need to give ourselves, I think, by creating, you know, sometimes the best form of defence is attack, and I think the fact that we're not defending particularly well and we're playing two defensive mids showing that. We need to make changes, mate.
I love how you get to see our journey on the way to the car. Would you be able to provide the lighting? Oh, wonderful.
Oh, good evening, Tom.
Hello, you alright? We've just spoken to Ollie and we've mentioned how Pompey lacked confidence. They didn't look like the side that confidence.
I don't think it's confidence, Tom.
Or competence, for that matter.
I think it's competence, Tom.
I don't think they look like the side that we're going to take all 3 points there, mate. And I think we're kind of forgetting that we're the team that took all 3 points this evening, mate.
Tom, it was boring, mate. And I think there's no structure and no pace, no movement off the ball, nobody moving into space. Lincoln, almost non-league 10 years ago, made us look a bit stupid for 90 minutes of the game, I thought. And there's something seriously wrong there, Tom, isn't there? And I don't enjoy it, Tom. No one is enjoying it right now. Something's got to change. That's what I'd say, mate.
Wonderful. Right, well, there you go. That's us for a couple of weeks. We'll see you back here.
What I will do, Tom.
Yeah.
Keep the faith.
You're going to keep the faith.
Keep the faith in the football club. That's where the play at Pompey.
We'll see you on the 2nd of November, mate.
Yeah, happy days, Tom.
For another debacle.
Let's see.
Perhaps. We'll look forward to it. Thanks very much for watching, everyone. Keep the faith. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Play at Pompey.
Go south. There's a team down there. Go south. With a lot of flair. Go south. They're gonna take us there. Where? To the Premier. Play out Pompey. You will hear us shout. come out.